Back when nothing truly mattered and we hadn't had a clue. We fell in to play the game. Nothing would ever be the same. There were times when there was laughter. There were times when there was joy. But they took it all away for the pleasure in our pain. Welcome to our whole new world. Shine a light on everything. Please don't be scared for what we made. Welcome to our whole new world. All the lie you tried to hide away from the scars we made. This is your chance to understand we did not design this plan that was built for you. There's nothing you can do. This is my warning, this is your sign that you can't go running high. We will fight for you. You know it to be true. Welcome to our whole new world. Shine a light on everything. Please don't be scared for what we made. Welcome to our whole new world. All the liars tried to hide away from the scars we made. From the scars we Welcome to our whole new world. Shine a light on everything. Please don't be scared for what we made. Welcome to our whole new world. Shine a light on everything. Please don't be scared for what we made. Welcome to our whole new world. All the liars tried to hide away from the scars we made. Welcome to our Back when nothing truly mattered and we hadn't had a clue. We fell in to play the game. Nothing would ever be the same. There were times when there was laughter. There were times when there was joy. But they took it all away for the pleasure in our pain. Welcome
And welcome everyone to Nerd TV for another broadcast here on a Wednesday night. Second night we've done this, and expect us to do this, for next so often here on the Nerd TV channel on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. So welcome aboard here. Got about 10 viewers already. Appreciate y'all. And the chats are already started up, so that's cool to see. Hopefully we can continue that momentum throughout this entire event here tonight for the ARCA at iRSS, presented by OP here. It's the Grand National Series presented by Icon Apparel Company. And weather on the track here. Get that graphic loaded up. It's a very fictional track, so the weather, I have no idea how that's supposed to be. But it looks like they have default setting, 70 degrees in the skies, 0% humidity, 84 degrees on the track. When these cars are going 203 mile an hour going into these turns. Should be a great race here. And here's the countdown to green. Show presented by us. And our voices here is Jeremy Stanley, aka Jay Swifty on the interwebs. To my right hand side, Dustin Loxton, aka Ballistic. And Dustin, we are now a fictional car at a fictional track. 200 miles an hour. And this is going to be a really fun show. I've not seen this car track combination, I do not believe.
Yeah, it's a tough one. So this track is a tough one anyway. It's a fictional track, doesn't exist. For all of you old folks out there, not to call out our age, Jeremy,
Oh,
but when it comes to sim racing, we are definitely probably
oh.
in that old category. We've been doing it a lot of years. This track was actually way back in NASCAR Racing 2003 season, back when it was known as the Coca-Cola SuperSpeedway, as a fictional track along with 8 Bull, which iRacing, get on the game, bring 8 Bull to iRacing. But anyway, they were going to have a partnership deal with Coca-Cola. They remapped it, retextured it, brought it here. That deal went through, but they already had it done. So iRacing said, you know what, we're just going to name it iRacing SuperSpeedway. 3-mile track, fast, heavy banks. These cars will go under heavy G-force load in here. Drivers will feel it in their wheels and the force feedback. And when these things wreck, Jeremy, they wreck big.
Yeah, if anyone spins out on the flat, which is going to be the apron side of things, you might see a blowover. But I don't know if the bank straightaways, if they're going to catch a good flip. We've seen it before, but at least I've never seen this kart track combination before. So this will be exciting, not just for us, but for everyone watching out there. And yeah, welcome here. Second race for OP. Gonna be a good time. You see qualifying entry onto turn 2, already a problem. At least for Peter DeBora, this guy. He takes qualifying lessons from himself or somebody else. But we're going to kind of just go on board here. There's a bunch of cars going to be doing some qualifying. And we're going to get our cameras off your guys' screens so we can see the hood of these cars. There we are, mellow yellow, carbon fiber prints. Love to see that. But 70 laps here tonight for our iRSS race. And Dustin, it only took you 2 minutes to promote 8 Bull. It does not surprise me. I didn't see that coming, but once you said it, I was like, come on now.
You should have seen that one coming. We're at a fictional track. I mean, 8 Bull and at the time Coca-Cola Super Speedway, they went hand in hand. They were both part of an add-on pack that at that time Papyrus put out. And man, I miss those days, man. So many races, so many good finishes there. This track here too, but Jeremy, this track here's tough. Like you said, if you start wiping out on this, expect blowovers, especially with these older generation cars, these Gen 4s / ARCA. But as well as when cars spin out, the banking, you can see right now, we're riding on board with Anthony English in the 44 Mellow Yellow machine. The banking is huge, so if you lose traction and start spinning, it is a self-cleaning track, and it self-cleans straight up the track. So if you're on the high side, expect some blind side hits, and I'm not talking about quarterback sacks either.
Did they ever announce the degree of banking on this track? I'm sure they did. I'm sure it's in the 35-degree range. I'm not sure, but when you're driving on this thing, it feels like it's almost a 45-degree angle. You're just
it does.
You feel like you're flipping over, right? So you thought Daytona was crazy or Talladega. This place completely different. I know it's a fictional track. Some people probably don't own this circuit. I don't know everyone watching, if they do own it, they already know, but if they don't, it's just it's a very fun, interesting track, and the straightaways are forever long. You said 3 miles, and it's a paperclip shape, so it's a little bit of corner and a hell of a long straightaway.
Yeah, essentially, if you look at it, if you take the Martinsville layout and take it from a half-mile configuration and stretch that puppy out to a 3-mile configuration, boom, you have iRSS. And that's essentially what it is. Speeds are going to be over 200 mile an hour. Simulated, of course. Pit road entry is going to be, for lack of a better term, a pain in the ass for drivers, Jeremy. It's not a smooth transition from track down to the apron to enter pit road. This car will get upset. You'll see the car start jutting left and right from that transition. We've seen a lot of accidents happen going into pit road, so drivers are usually told at least give a heads up, because that transition is very, very tough to try to make. It looks easy, but trust me when I tell you, folks, it is not an easy transition, and it can catch you off guard.
100%. It is such a steep difference. So we're almost done through this qualifying session, Dustin. We got 1 minute left, and it looks like the man who spun out on his out lap, Peter DeBoer, holds the fastest time at a 57.253, about 4 to 5 cars in that 0.2 second bracket, and a bunch others in that 0.3. Of course, it's SuperSpeedway, so times are already going to be tight as is, but I'm just kind of curious to see how this race is really going to play out. There's not much of a high line. The bottom's preferred. The second lane, though, if you go side by side, at least with most other cars on the NASCAR circuit, the second line gets a hell of a run off the corner exit, and that's because you don't have to drive so far up the hill, and when the hill is 30 plus degrees of banking, you slow down a lot, except for the upper lane, so it kind of makes it a fun tandem there, and like I said, this is going to be a great time overall.
It really is. And something else, too, to talk about, Jeremy, is a transition from corner to straightaway. There is a bump in the transitions off of turn 2 and turn 4 just because of the degree of banking and then going into the flatter straightaways. So that's something else. But, I mean, you're 100% correct. Expect runs on that second lane. Expect them to be able to get runs. If they can get organized, the third lane can maintain as well, depending on if they utilize side draft, Jeremy. So it's going to be some fun racing, seeing these Gen 4/ARCA cars really go at it.
Yep. And with that being said, qualifying has come to a close. That means we're going to line up on the apron at a staggered start here for tonight's OP Racing Buttkicker Grand National Series, presented by Icon Apparel Company at iRSS in the fictional ARCA cars, which that update's actually coming out here this next week, I do believe. So these cars will be utilized probably for their last time on the service. Here we go. Peter DeBoer is going to be P1, Jeff Crosby in second. Row 2 is going to be Logan York. Fourth place will be Anthony English. Row 3 and fifth will be Gabe Butler, Rick Sanchez to the outside in sixth. Seventh place, Zach Fritsch. In eighth place, Eric Lowry. Ninth, James Mayer. 10th, Jimmy Reynolds. P11 is Stephen Luttrell. 12th will be Jeff Crosby Sr. 13th will be Richard Kuhn. 14th, Adam Kilday. P15 will be David Hunt to his outside, and 16th is Vince Guerrero. 17th will be Les Levy. 18th, Nathan Warren. 19th, Alex Green. And 20th on back did file in just by iRating. So from what I'm seeing here, it'll be Sean Stevens, Mark Mann, Alex Giffen, Dan Harrington, Dana Shepard, Ron Walters, Derek Dona, Rick Seabrands, Douglas Johnson. We'll round out the 29 entry field lineup. Remember, it's 70 laps. We got 3 miles a lap. I know OP runs a short field tank, but at the same time, with these car and track combinations, I don't know what that field window looks like. Usually they're very predictable. Tonight, completely different story.
Yeah, and here's the thing, they run, and I mean, this is a prime time to do it because we got a 3-mile pace lap, folks, 3-mile pace lap. But let's just give you a breakdown of this series. Again, this is the OP Buttkicker Grand National Series presented by Icon Apparel Company. They do run fixed setups, 45% fuel load, unlimited tires. They have 2 fast repairs actually for this event here because it is iRSS. 2 green-white checkered attempts, and lucky dogs and wave rounds are in effect on that note. Now, 45% fuel load, Jeremy, they are still going to have to pit quite a bit. 70 lap is the distance on it. We will have a stage break caution at lap 35. That is going to be the first goal for drivers to get to. Stage break at lap 35. We will be talking to the stage winner on that one because they do throw a competition caution at the conclusion of lap 35, or if a caution comes out within 5 laps of lap 35. The reason for that is because the amount of time and laps it takes to get around this track under caution would put them past stage break. So any lap after lap 30, if a caution comes out, that is your stage, or if we stay green all the way to the conclusion of lap 35, that means your ticker will say 36 of 70. That will be your stage break.
There you go. And last week we utilized Anthony English as an in-race reporter. We might have that feature still tonight.
Oh, we're still going to do it whether he knows it or not. Just
there
because,
you go.
why not?
Breaking news. It is happening. So here we go. Pace cars down. 2 sets of fast repairs. Expect carnage. People have a throwaway one. Will he use it early? Green flag is out. This race underway as I accidentally mute my mic there, and there we go. 2 by 2 by 2. Who's the first person to go 3 wide? We got 1 car drop into the back. That will not count as your first 3 wide. I see that lovely Dale Senior throwback far back in the field. Great to see that. 2 by 2 here. You're not going to see a bunch of 3 wide. It just really, truly doesn't work here at Austin. We're going to find on the backstretch who is going to make that first effort, if anybody.
Yeah, and that's the big thing. You're going to see strategy play here. Drivers know that the big one will more than likely happen just because of what this track is you get a beautiful shot down the backstretch there. So a lot of them will fall back to the back and play that safe route as you see the 33 of Jeff Crosby Jr. go to that top spot there, leading the pack with help from the 44 of Anthony English. So drivers that you see in the back, don't be surprised that when it comes time to come to that conclusion of stage 1, you might see them up there trying to make a bid for some points.
Yeah, points are always on the mind, but it's always super speedway, so survival and point positions are like equal as far as importance go. And you might or might not see that out here tonight. Here we go, lap and a half in. Pretty scattered all the way through the back straightaway. Not a single line really lining up, except for your top 10 for the most part here. Heading up to turn 2, they really formed up there. They were scattered, now they're not. And that's just a form of the X that Dustin talked about there on the pre-race show, is that transition from the corner to the straightaway. It's still a ton of banking, but it's a big difference nonetheless. There's a big bump there that jostles them around, so for the most part, you'll see a lot of these cars move around on exit. It might look like they're wrecking off these camera angles, but it's kind of controlled in just how this track is how it's built.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is, and it's funny that we've been talking about points, Jeremy. One thing that we haven't talked about is this is the last race before the start of the OP Buttkicker Grand National Series playoffs. 16 drivers trying to make a bid to get their name in on that. No, because you have a lazy-ass producer, did not get the graphics done. I don't have updated graphics to show you guys like we did last week, but we will get that fixed for next week on, because as Jeremy said, this is the new home for the OP Buttkicker Grand National Series presented by Icon Apparel Company. But point implications, Jeremy, definitely on the line. That's why you're going to see drivers that may be on the cusp there try to play it safe because they want to make sure they're there at the end to try to maximize points.
Yep, as we see our first 3 wide there. One of the cars getting shuffled back. Looks like the 091 Logan York. Oh, he wiggles contact to the 53 as he gets shuffled. That's Dave Hunt. He shifts up 4 wide momentarily. Wreck the 3 wide real quick as the 27 Sean Stevens goes really wide to try to avoid that. There's still 3 wide. There's a couple cars scattering. Now we're starting to have some fun here on lap number 4 on the back straightaway here. 1 mile plus length of straightaway before they get to the corners here. And look at them. They're still dusting. I'm surprised they're still in the 4th, 5th groove early on. And look how quickly they drop back. There's just not enough speed, especially when you don't have the numbers with you. You go back from, what, 10th to 20th real quick?
Oh, yeah. I mean, and you really do. I mean, you move back super fast, and especially with that little slip up with Logan York. And again, that was just the car getting load in going on corner entry. These things pull a lot of simulated G-force when they go in there, and it will upset the car, and then everybody has to check up. And then what we seen was 2 wide, all of a sudden went to 3 wide. You have scattered everything else. Now, if you look, we got space in between packs, different packs that are going on here. Now, granted, the draft will pull up. The draft is strong here, super strong. But again, you also have to be aware that you're going to be carrying extra speed. That's extra simulated G-force that's going on there. And then up front, Jeremy, look at this. 4 wide. We got crossing the line. Contact made. And they keep it going straight. That was going to be the 12 of Zach Fritsch. It was getting a little uncomfortable there in the center.
Man, I was reacting to Gabe Butler, who's dropping back like a rock. Now, I don't know if something broke in the car or is set up on the computer desk, but man, Gabe Butler just hella wicked loose, made contact after the fact, didn't wreck, and then, yeah, you called the shot where they got a bad bump there on the straightaway and almost caused a wreck 4 wide. There was door-to-door contact for sure, but Gabe Butler's still off the pace a little bit. 197, he's about a half a second or so off the next car in front of him. So he's going to go from 10th to about 25th in that exchange.
Yeah, Jeremy, and off of the last set of corners, so it would have been turn 2 going down the backstretch, I did see him wiggle his car left and right. And for those that do not know, drivers will do that after contact because that's their way of checking their toe and the steering response in the car to see if there's any damage there. It's a quick way to try to assess it. So that almost looked like what Gabe Butler was doing coming off of turn 2 down the backstretch.
Yeah, very well could have, but he's going to have to fight for a caution break before lap 35 if he wants any chance at a stage point situation here. But back to the front, lap 7, headed off into turn number 3, the 85 Kilday. Running on the inside, Peter DeBoer in the number 1, leading the charge on the outside. 2 by 2 by 2, the top 10 almost. Now we're 3 wide, the 12, at least the Mobile 112 scheme put in the middle here. As the Dale Earnhardt Sr. throwback getting some side draft off the mellow yellow Chevrolet. 3 wide down the front straightaway here. Peter DeBoer does lead lap number 7.
Yeah, he does lead that, but man, that high side, and that's what I was talking about, if they can get organized, they can do some amazing things on that high side, and they can get the run. We're going to bring up the onboard telemetry there, presented by RaceEPI.com. Down the backstretch there, 206 plus mile an hour. They'll hit possibly right around 210, depending on the draft push and pull. About 208 was the max, but Jeremy, look at the speeds through the corner. 197 plus mile an hour through the corners here. This track is just crazy.
3 wide here. Alex Green goes off camera for a moment. That's why the camera shifted out. 206 at the line now. 207 from that onboard telemetry there. Still 3 wide for the 3rd row. As everyone leaves Earnhardt Sr. to the outside. That's Alex Green in the number 3. You can see him on the top half of the track. Goodbye, good night, outside the top 10, just like that. Shuffled deep as Dustin fires up the drone cam, presented by Space Panda. And he's going to take a look at the entire field here from the leader's perspective on back. And now we're looking up ahead through the top 6 or 7 here. As I did not know our drones could fly 210 miles an hour, but here we are.
Only the best technology, and this is probably one of the best tracks to be able to showcase the drone just because of the long straightaways there, and you can see everything shuffled back as we are under our first caution, Jeremy, of the evening.
Yep.
We are going to see if we can't take a look at what happened on this one here.
Well, Alex Green fell back, got shuffled out in that same lap. Gets collected in a 3 wide incident. The 36, Stephen Luttrell, kind of squeezes the exit of turn 4. And you're going to see it right here off the number 3. Look at this shiny black paint. Love this. Right there. You see the Ford up there on the top. He's coming up here right in front of the 16. They're going to get the corner exit. 36 Luttrell. Kind of squeeze it a little bit. There's a little room there, but he did come down quite a bit. There's the contact. And then boom, right there into the 15. So a 3-car wreck in this one on lap number 9. 15 is Jeff Crosby Sr. There's Alex Green. And the 3, and then Stephen Luttrell in 36. And for the most part, at speeds at 200 mile an hour, Dustin, the damage doesn't look terrible.
No, it doesn't look terrible at all. And like I said, that's a tough one because when contact is made on these cars, Jeremy, with the speeds and the simulated G-force that you're pulling, when contact is made, it will pull that car in directions that you do not want that car to be pulled. So when stuff like that happens, a lot of times it's tough. So when contact was made on that, you go to try to correct it, and that's what Alex Green was trying to do. And then in trying to correct it by going against what it is, that's what just pulled him straight up into the 36 of Stephen Luttrell even more. But like you said, everything aside, I mean, the damage is minimal. We had only a couple cars involved in that one there. Everybody's going to come down pit road. They're going to top off. They're going to get, fresh tires if they so choose to. Again, there is some pit strategy in this, Jeremy, but for the most part, it is a super speedway race. But I would expect drivers probably to be taking some tires on this one here without question.
Yeah, I mean, you might as well. Absolutely. And these guys are going to file through, a lot of stop and goes just to top off the field, it looks like. Some tire changes, but those pit stops look like an F1 stop, just topping off and going. So these guys are going to file in here. We're going to take our first picture-in-picture commercial break and get her up for this first restart of tonight's race at the ARCA at iRSS, presented by OP Buttkicker Grand National Series, also presented by Icon Apparel Company. Be right back.
Hey, can you do me a favor? I'm really hungry, but I'm trapped in here, and I dropped my last piece of boozy jerky on the floor. I can't reach it. Would you mind grabbing me a bag of the most tender, flavorful, booze-infused jerky on the planet? I promise I'll pay you back. I mean, I'd eat my piece, but I can't reach it. Oh, actually, I got it. Oh, it's so good. It's so tender, so flavorful. You should really pick yourself up a bag. But if you do, you can't eat it in here. Now, this is my spot. I own this spot. Boozy Jerky, the original booze-infused beef jerky with a pair, now available.
All right, and welcome back here as pace car is down and green flag is out here. Logan York in the 091 leading the charge on the inside here. Right behind him, Peter DeBora, the number 5, Rick Sanchez, and many more here as they're filing into turn number 1. The 44 drops down. That's Anthony English. Going to be 3 to 4 on the top versus a bunch more on the bottom. So, first lap, the inside usually has the preferred lane on this track. They're not up to speed till they get to the start-finish line a whole lap later as they're climbing up to 183, 185 miles an hour now. Remember, they go up to 207. You saw it on the telemetry earlier. So they're not fully up to speed just yet. Already 3 wide mid-pack, Dustin.
Yeah, already 3 wide, and drivers are trying to find their place right now. They're trying to figure out where they want to run. Right before that restart, you seen drivers were still trying to catch up to the pack. So under caution, Jeremy, because of the length of this track, if you come in to try to top off on fuel, that's okay. But if you change tires or anything else, you cut it really, really close on making it back around to catch the rest of the field before you go back to green flag. But that 3 wide, Jeremy, quickly cycles back down to 2 wide.
Those are 3 wide off the corner exit here. Back to 2 wide. 4 cars on the top trying to survive. See if they can't get anything going for that 43 Cheetos Chevrolet. As he's still on the outside of the race leader for the 2 laps on this restart. Mr. Logan York. Nothing there on the turn 3. Turn 4, let's see if he can get the side draft to get back to it. Remember, he's alongside the 1 car. We're going to see what the speed difference looks like. You see him gaining. He's getting closer and closer. Does he get it? He does. By 2 1,000ths of a second. You saw that. He passed a whole car and then some just based off that momentum off the top.
Yeah, and momentum is key at any super speedway, any drafting track. Momentum is key like that, but you see how quick it is as Peter DeBorgia pulls out way to the high side. Looks like Peter is falling back to the back there.
Goodbye.
So that's going to slow up that inside lane, and it's going to allow both Dana Shepard and Jeff Crosby Jr. to get a hellacious run on that high side, but not quite enough to clear that bottom line as you see Logan York fight back on that inside.
Yeah, that's going to be a good night moment there. He has dropped all the way back into the 20s plus here. But the front still has Logan York leading the way. The 43, now the 5, Matt Hayden, is going to resume as the leader on the outside. Did I get that wrong? Rick Sanchez. Thank you, Rick. I apologize. Oh, they shuffled the 43 out. The 43. Oh, no. That was... No, man. And we got our second caution presented by iRacing, iFlag, and Dustin. What a bad time. Dana Shepard pulls out to drop back and then gets taken out the very next corner. But the 44, what are you doing, Anthony English? He just drove straight up the track.
Yeah, that was on corner entry. That was that load. And,
Boom.
oh, Alex Green takes a hard hit on that one. And like I said, it's a self-cleaning track. If cars start going or losing traction, it goes right up the track. And that was a hard, vicious hit there. We're going to have to talk to Anthony English. But it looked like the car went into the corner and had that G-force load there. And it just drifted and went straight up the track. And we're going to go on board here. This is full speed, and this is going to be a gnarly hit. Boom! And just rides the wall. Nice little 50-50 grind all the way around turn 2, though. Lands it there. You see his left front completely disconnected on that one. So his car is completely toast on that. Going to have to take that tow to get back to pit road.
Yeah, you just said you want to talk to Anthony English, the guy who just took out 3 car, lights out with the 43. Total of 4 cars involved in this one. I mean, we can bring him in post carnage if that's what you want to do. Talk about it.
Why not?
Well,
he volunteered last week. He just didn't know he was on the docket every week.
Yeah, you gonna wreck somebody? We're gonna bring you in here and talk about it. That's gonna be a new segment. Need an insurance company to sponsor that one here, so if anyone's interested, let us know. But Anthony English, 44, we're going to bring him in Anthony, this is Jeremy, the Nerd TV booth. You got a copy?
Hey, what's going on, boss?
Hey, man. We figured you'd be our in-race reporter again this week, and what a great time to bring you in. What happened there in turn one?
I honestly don't know. I know me and Richard, I seen Richard in the middle, and he took him on the outside, and I popped down in the middle behind Richard. And I don't know whether I came up just a little bit, trying to stay tucked to Richard, or if he came down, or if it was a little bit of both. But yeah, it caused a little bit of havoc.
Yeah. Well, these corners are very deceiving. You hit the corner, you go up to 30-plus degrees of banking, and your car is already moving around, so it is kind of hard to judge where you were. But a little slide up on your part, but hey, man, you got 2 fast repairs this race, so you can get it all cleaned up and brought back out there. So appreciate you for talking to us again. It's Dustin actually brought the idea up, so I figured, hey, why not? It's a great time. So
Oh yeah,
figured
for
I'd do
sure.
that.
Yeah, surprise!
I'll
You
tell
you
you,
volunteered for
do whatever
last
you
week,
want.
and it's you didn't know you were volunteering for every week.
Oh no, I don't care. I'm down for it. Yeah. And just to give you a little correction, it looks like we only have 1 fast repair.
Ooh. We had the correct graphic. Dustin with the wrong info.
Ah,
Look at that.
producer
Yeah.
over here is just a slacker.
Yeah, it looks like only one fast repair for the night.
Well,
Just
to
a
be
little bit
fair,
of a-
I might have gotten some series mixed up because between Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday, there's different settings. So I know at least one of those iRSS has 2 fasties.
Oh yeah, no big deal. I just busted
There you go.
chops, you know.
Absolutely. This
Well,
is
I
what
wish-
we do.
I wish I had 2 fast repairs, but
So does the 3
You know.
car.
I think a few of them at this point wish they did.
All right, man. We'll let you get back to it. We're just going to have some fun to bring you up here. If we want to talk to you again, we might bring you up, might not. We'll figure it out.
All right, sounds good. Anytime you want, man.
I appreciate you.
All right, thank you guys.
Yes, sir. It's Anthony English, the guy who brings out the second caution here of this 70-lap race. We're going to be restarting this thing on lap 20, Dustin. So we're a little past 20% here. You see the wave around there from Gabe Butler. And then looks like the 33 of Crosby Jr. He's going to be leading it on the restart here on the inside.
Yeah, and I stand corrected. There's only 1 fast repair, so that is on me as the producer. I apparently need to do my homework a little bit better, Jeremy. My goodness.
Self-proclaimed 15 jobs this guy does.
And I need to do my homework better.
And you still got more homework. Can you believe it?
But we know
there's
that
only
there's
40 hours in the day. I understand.
That's right. I need like 46 at least.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
we know that there's some drivers out there that have already used a fast repair. Alex Green, definitely one of those after the last incident that we just seen take place, seeing as his front nose was completely mashed on that one. So drivers that use their fast repair, Jeremy, we're still early in this race. There's still a lot of race to go. They got to make that thing last all the way to the end if they want to try to finish in the points.
Speaking of mashing, how about we head over to raceepi.com, one of our partners here at the Nerditudes. Mash your way over there to collect all the checkered flags possible. Just a quick shout out before we go back to green flag. Raceepi.com, Elite Performance Industries. If you haven't heard about them, now you have. After this race, if you're an open setup racer, go get some fast setups. You're definitely going to pick up some wins. They're very stable, competitive setups. Some of the best iRacing has seen on the market today. But Dustin, here we go. Green flag for the 3rd time tonight. Crosby Jr. out the helm here with the number 5 of not Hayden, but Rick Sanchez. Can get great shove by the 16 Nathan Warren down this really, really long front straightaway. Takes forever for these cars to get wound up into turn number 1 here. And pretty clean start. They remain just tightly 2x2 all the way to their 1 and 2.
Yeah, really clean start, Jeremy. And we're talking about these Gen 4s quite a bit. This is not the last time you're going to see these Gen 4s, Jeremy. This is the last race of the regular season. And then they will have 6 playoff races. They will have 3 playoff races to go from 16 drivers down to 8. Then they will have 2 playoff races to go from 8 drivers down to 4, and then 1 championship race to determine the final overall champion. And the way that they're breaking it down here on the OP Buttkicker Grand National Series presented by Icon Apparel Company is the first 3 races are going to be in this very car right here. All 3 races will be Gen 4. Next up, after this here, Jeremy's talking about it, is going to be at Talladega. It's going to be March 12th at Talladega SuperSpeedway in these very cars. That's going to start off your championship playoffs. And we will have 2 more races after that in the ARCA. Then it switches over to the trucks, and we have 2 races in the trucks. After that, we have the championship race in the B-Class car, the Xfinity car, to round out the season.
And that's a good point. They are releasing the new ARCA car model next week. Oh, we got contact. 16 in the middle, 3 wide. Bumper to bumper, the 44 English almost gets turned by Dwight Howard as he's also shoving Crosby Jr. in the center 3 and 4, which is a ballsy move at these speeds and this high banked of a track. 3 wide, tight knits down the front straightaway here. Any movement could cause problems and havoc right away. But the Gen 4 car is actually staying because they are developing the actual Gen 4 car, but it won't be on this update. So that this car will stay alive for at least one more go. Oh, the 33, way out of shape on the inside. That's your race leader, not anymore.
No!
New leader, Anthony English and Peter DeBoer. Oh, no, 36. No, it's 215. 215, Derek Donna. Heavy contact, but the car looks clean dusted. How?
I don't know. I seen that coming out. We're going to do a little Nerd TV rewind here. I seen that just out of the corner of my eye there, and I mean, he shot across the track up there in that high groove there, comes back down, little contact there,
Man.
and it just a little bit of a wiggle enough to send him down. Heavy nose impact there, dents it in, but no caution because it's all the way off the racing surface. So tough break there. Derek Donna definitely going to be wanting a caution flag soon in order to try to get repairs done with that and to close him back up again.
Yeah, 100% there. And, man, this top 10 is racy. Let me tell you here. Just keep this camera on these guys. We're almost 4 wide, 3 wide for sure. The 91, great move to pull out in front of the 5 to get the slingshot back to the race lead. Almost contact between 2nd and 3rd place. Oh, Crosby's nose gets cut off by the 44 of English. Tight move. Hopefully that was worth it for him here, as we're got about 12 laps to go before we hit stage break there.
Yeah, and like I said, a lot of the movement you see, if you go back and look, watch when they go into the corner, you're going to see these cars kind of slide up. You've seen Anthony English in the 44 do it, 16 and Nate Warren, even Zach Fritsch kind of moving and bobbling up a little bit and back down. The simulated G-force in these cars, because of this track configuration, it is tough, and it will grip that wheel from you a lot of the times. And if you're not prepared for it, or you do not preload for that corner, it will catch you off guard. As we got a side-by-side 3-wide battle. You got York on the bottom, English in the middle, and you had Fritsch on the top side, but he was all by himself. Now back to 2x2, your battle for the lead. Logan York on the inside, Anthony English on the outside. Who's going to have the draft help to prevail? Anthony English, big push there from the 5 of Rick Sanchez and the 16 of Nate Warren.
Look at this racing, ladies and gentlemen, here watching right now. This is some good stuff. I'm surprised they haven't wrecked already. Cars are all over the place, 200 mile an hour. The air is going to be pushing these things all over the place with the banking. We keep talking about it, but you see it on your screen. It is not your ordinary super speedway style race. Little tame right now. One car gets kicked out. The rest of them back to just simple 2x2. Dwight York, or Logan York, I don't know what to call him, Dwight. Logan York is lane controlling pretty well. But look at this. As soon as he moves to the bottom, Rick Sanchez in the 5 just hits the nitrous button, pushed the pass, and he got to the side, but the entrance of turn 3 slowed him down. But look at this. Who's going to lead this way? There's a
little
ton
door
of side
banging.
draft. 3 wide. But Logan, back to the point. Great effort from behind him to get him right there.
Yeah, and you got the 14 right now. Vicente Guerrero just pushed his way on that 3rd lane, while the inside and middle lane were door banging. it slowed them up enough to allow the third lane to get that momentum. Now Vicente Guerrero, now on the in the middle lane rather, pulled right in front of Logan York. Now York is going to pull low, try to get the run. That's going to leave Vicente and Sanchez in the middle there, trying to get anything going. And now you have Fritsch and Kilday up on the top side. 3 wide battle, 2 by 2 right now. Logan York, the only one clear of all 3 lanes.
Craziness, still 3 wide. There's some smoke from a pit road entrance. That's not a wreck, I don't believe so. We still remain green, lap 28 at the line there. Or 27 rather, so we're going to have about 9 to go. We're stage in. And look at this. Still,
there it is. There's the big one.
Vince Guerrero just complete. Oh, there's more carnage after the fact. Dustin, half the field's using a fast repair on this one. Turn 2. That, call the ambulance. Someone's going on the stretcher. We're going to take a look at it.
Yeah, that was a tough hit. They were beating and banging going into the corner already. And then, like we were already saying, so we're going to sit here and watch this. This is going into the corner. You're going to see the 5 of Sanchez and the 091 of Logan York get together. And right there, you see just a little bit of the contact from Logan York that sent the 14 of Guerrero on the apron. Almost had it saved, but the overcorrect and that self-cleaning right up across the front nose of Sanchez and Fritsch, and all carnage breaks loose after that. They start wrecking, and then like you said, later on down the line, Jeremy, we've seen more carnage happen. That would have been, we're going to ride on board right now here. Watch a little bit. This is from the 27 of Sean Stevens. You see the 47 of Richard Kuhn trying to check up for it. He gets on the apron. That gets him upset. He's going to spin and go high. You see the 27. He's going to spin and go low. Does he lock it down? A little bit of contact there. Just misses that wall jut there that would have demolished his car. So again, even though the wrecking has taken place, people that are checking up, it still upsets these cars.
Yeah, I mean, you're 30-plus degree banking. You're trying to low it down for a wreck. Good luck with that. And, oh, man. The 5, Rick Sanchez. The 14, Vince Guerrero. Calling the tow truck. I got to see how many cars are towing, really, because that, I would expect at least 2. And I think there is only 2 that had to call the tow truck. Those guys will go a lap down, but probably only 1. Remember, it's a 3-mile track. The towing is probably 4 minutes. The pace time around this place is probably around 3 minutes. You're going to go 1 lap down. You can still catch a lucky dog and be back in this thing if you have that fast repair. But here's Logan York. He gets squeezed. He makes the bump on the 14. The 14 did leave a lane on the bottom, but Logan decided to put the nose there, upset the car, and then you said self-cleaning track, Dustin. You are correct. And look at that great camera shot from the roof of the 091.
Yeah, it was tough. Like I said, there was contact there from the 5, between the 5 and the 091. Vicente Guerrero was up about a half a lane, but Jeremy, there wasn't room there. The 091 just didn't check up in enough time not to make a little bit of contact. And it doesn't take much with these cars to send them flying like that. And it just that little bit of contact, and you've seen how much it upset the 14 of Vicente Guerrero on that, and the rest is history, man. They went airborne like that. Maybe trying to give us some more drone shots up there from the Space Panda drone cam.
Well, I mean, the 5 and the 14 had the Space Panda drone cam attached to their cars.
You're not wrong.
Yeah, massive amount of lift off from those 2 guys. Just the immense amount of force up against those virtual walls. It's crazy. You don't see that at any other super speedway. Those guys turned right, and they just went 90 degrees, 200 mile an hour. They caught about 3 stories worth of air. One more view of it. Just watch how quick the car just...
Almost clearing the fence there is that of the 5 of Rick Sanchez. And he still hasn't even made contact. Now he's on his roof grinding it. So, I mean, these things went airborne and went airborne fast.
you know, if this was an actual safer barrier, they'd be repairing that thing for at least 20 minutes. There's no way that wall survives that kind of impact. Thankfully, we're
no.
on the virtual world and everyone is actually A-OK. But Dustin, we got one lap to go. I was gonna bring in the 091 to keep the the incident causer Flo to come up and talk to us, but he's not in here. So we'll have to wait for the next caution to see who I can talk to. I think this might be a new trend. We'll have to find out. But we got one lap. I'm gonna shout out one of our partners that does not have a rotating commercial break plug, and that's going to be Dusty Pete's Gifts and Collectibles, official hobby store for the Nerditudes. Talking about them every single broadcast, and I will continue to do so until they tell me to stop. So basically, many things nerdy. Comic books for days. I think over 1,000 in collection right now. They have collectible action figures, trading cards, just anything nerdy. Plus some NASCAR diecast because they support the sim racing community on iRacing here. So after this event, after you get yourself back together after this crazy
or
race
during
is
the
gonna
long
finish.
caution paces,
Oh yeah. If you don't want to take a break from our voices too, feel free. DustyPete's.com is the place to go, and Super Nerd. That checkout code you see on the left-hand side, it's going to save you 15% of your online purchase of $20 or more. And once again, DustyPete's.com.
Yeah, and I agree, Jeremy. I think that's something over here at OP we should start doing. If the drivers are good with it, start bringing in the ones that are involved. If you can't get, like in this case, the 091 of Logan York, next time, let's bring in Vicente Guerrero. Those were the two that up there that, the contact was made between. So might not be a bad idea to sit here and kind of get the perspective of the drivers and the sim racers while they're doing
They're
their
on notice.
Yeah. Green flag flies. The 44 of Anthony English leads the way with help from the 33 of Crosby Jr. High side is going to be the 85 of Kildane. Oh, we already have a car in the wall back there. That was a hard lick. That's going to be Michael Pratt. Man, you want to talk about trying to take down the wall. He tried to take it down and some.
Michael Splat, really. We have to get a VHS rewind here. There it is. Nerd TV rewind. Do you see it? What happened here is a great question. Dustin, the car brakes.
Oh, I bet
it
it looked like he downshifted on that, and downshifting is going to decelerate that car so much, and it just shot him straight right into the wall. That's a tough break for the driver of the number 8.
And you can clearly...
He's limping. He's limping around, too. He's trying to get back. This is going to be very detrimental.
No, just tow it. You're not going to make it. And the clear sign of that was the flames coming out of the pipe as he made the right turn to his eventual death there on the front straightaway. So it's going to go multiple laps down here. But we stay green. 3 wide already. Well, we did not stay green, actually. We have a caution. And we're going to figure out where that one was. I didn't see it initially. Maybe it was because of the slow car, or maybe there was something else going on. What do you got on your end?
It very well could have. I don't have anything on my end. So the admins do reserve the right to throw yellows if incidents involve 2 or more individuals. I don't. There's nothing on my end that shows any contact, any crashes, or anything else. So this very well could have been an admin caution that was thrown.
It's very odd. I mean, typically they do, but on my chat, I do not see it. So either, I don't know. It has to be the 8 car, right?
It has to be. It has to be.
He's off the track. iRacing doesn't throw cautions for these, right?
Yeah. Typically they don't. That is odd because he's off the track right now. He's not going very fast. That is clear, but he's on the access road exiting pit road because there's your blue line on that one as he's still limping around. So I don't know. It's maybe iRacing through one that we typically don't see. Usually as long as it's off the racing surface, which is that solid yellow line to the right there, anything above that is the racing surface. Usually if it's below that, there's no issues. and it doesn't throw a caution. But I don't know. This case here might have been different.
All right. Well, with that being said, the league rules states if there is a caution within 5 laps of the stage break, that is it. That will be your stage. So it looks like the 44 of Anthony English was your leader at the time. 44 Anthony English will be your stage winner. Based on that,
it looks
Towers.
it looks like the 85 of Kilday.
So okay. Well, Anthony English led the last lap, so I'm kind of surprised that the Kilday was able to get that back. But maybe at the time of caution, there was just a pass that happened. So yeah, it looks like 85 was able to enter first. So I guess Kilday, Adam Kilday, stage winner here for the first half of this race, and we're gonna kick it to our second picture-in-picture commercial break. And we will be right back. And welcome back. Here, as we got one lap to go for stage number 2. We promised you at the beginning of the show, Dustin actually promised you that we're going to talk to our stage winner, and Adam Kilday looks to be that guy. So, Adam Kilday, this is Jeremy in the Nerd TV booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you, dude. How's it going?
It's going, man. We're going great. You guys are putting on a hell of a show. Stage winner. How'd you survive?
I mean, shoot, when the caution came out, it looked like Anthony had like a whole freaking hood length in front of me. But iRacing decided to torture me and give it to me instead. So, I mean,
How dare they supply you with extra bonus points?
yeah. So, but I mean, honestly, like the way the cars are driving at ISS, it's pretty fun. So, it's just, I'm just trying my darnest to hold the lane, especially on the entry, and riding the correct lane is like a main key in having a good race here. So that's all I'm trying to focus on. And if I could do that, we could probably, we all could probably have a good finish up until the end. So.
All right, man. Well, we're about to go back to green flag. Hopefully you do just as well as you did in stage 1 in this coming stage. Good luck to you. I'll move you back to your team channel.
All right, will do.
All right, man. That was Kilday in the 85, winner of the first half of this event. Can he repeat for the second half? Green flag is underway here on lap 36, so just at the halfway mark of this event. And it's going to be the 36, Stephen Luttrell, Nathan Warren, Dave Hunt, Les Levy, Jimmy Reynolds here in the top 5 as they head off the turn number 1. And during that commercial break, we brought in a third person. Curveball unannounced. Mr. Keach, welcome to the broadcast.
What's up, guys?
We got
Is it your
friends.
Wait a minute, we're friends?
Oh, that just killed my
That's-
day right there.
Wait a minute, that's the 85.
That is the
Um,
85.
Yeah. So, Keish, have you seen this track before?
I have, and I've actually got one race under my belt here.
And
Didn't
how
go
was that
very well.
experience?
It didn't
Oh,
go
okay,
very
never
well.
mind.
It was next gen, so that should kind of explain it right there.
Don't
Sums
have
that
to
up
say anymore.
perfectly. Oh, 3 wide here, up the
There was a
Oh.
car there on the apron and the back.
one on the back here. This race so far has been 3 wide chaos up at the front. A lot of car movement. I've never seen this car track combo. I stayed at the beginning of this thing, and this has been a fun show so far for the first half of this event.
Yeah, I've been watching the broadcast there, and everybody's been everywhere so far. Nobody seems to really been able to dominate either. It's whoever can get out front, and then, you just gotta kind of hope that you don't get turned.
Yeah, and you see there they went 3 wide, leaving Logan York in the center, and he drifted high to try to get side draft. Anthony English going to try to work his way further forward. Man that just missed the stage win on the last one, battling the person that beat him to the stage win. That was Kill Day. But look at the draft poll that we talked about, gentlemen. We talked about the draft was strong in this track here, and that is a prime example of it right there.
Yeah, that was, and he definitely, it's almost like he shot out of a cannon. That's how good the draft is. And also another thing that I've noticed, I don't know if you guys have noticed it, these guys are very wiggly getting into the corner and off the corner as well, but they seem pretty stable there in the middle.
There's that big bump there on the entrance and exit there, and that's kind of how it was, back in NR 2003 days. But I want to go back to the 091. The man, this guy, he is controlling the lane so well as a 62 there, just Les Levy way out of whack. But the caution's out here. Logan York's going to have that
in the back, big one.
lead spot. Oh, yeah, washing up the track. I see the smoke there on the upper half of your screen. 071. Number
the
one
one car.
So the 40 or the 14 behind him, he's already been in a wreck, and he's wrecked again. So his night might be done. But here we go. Nerd TV replay, Dustin. What do we got here?
Yeah, we're actually following the one, and it actually looks like it's happening ahead of him, and trying to back down, and he made contact with the apron, slid right up into Vicente Guerrero, who we know has already probably burnt his fast repair, but doesn't look too terrible on that nose contact going into the wall. We're going to have to go a little further forward to see where that actually started and took place. It's actually right on board and see right around where that started happening. So going in.
There it is. It looks like, they just thought that he was clear, and
Richard Kuhn in the 47 gets looped on that one there. So that's going to be a tough one on that.
oh yeah, and he made significant contact to the outside retaining wall there.
Yeah, we're going to go back and we're actually going to ride on board, see what happened here. Focused on Richard Kuhn, goes into the corner side by side. And
Looks like
he looks like
he
yeah,
drifted up.
Yeah, he drifted up, and it looks like just slight contact. The 53, Dave Hunt, looked like he was trying to follow him up there, just not entirely in the same line there. Kind of made that left rear contact, and that ended that.
Yeah, it looked like the 47, he drifted up, and the 53 just tried to fill that hole, and the 47 just didn't know that he was there, and then came back down into him.
Well, that does bring the fourth caution out here. They are on pit road, it looks like. And, once this pit sequence is over, we also have another hole to fill. That's going to be the fourth person in this channel. We know we got to bring in that 53. He is in team 2. He is ready to talk to us, whether he knows it or not. So we're gonna do that here momentarily. But before we do, since we're gonna bring him in, we're gonna shout out a sponsor for the Nerditudes while we got a moment. Shout them out last broadcast. I usually don't do it, but you know what? Spring Fever Band, official theme audio partner for us, and we play New World, which you see the label right there on your screen. Every opening to every broadcast so far. And they have a new piano version out, which is kind of unique, rock piano. So if you're questioning what the hell is that, well, go find them on Apple, Spotify, anywhere you get your music, and you can also search them up on YouTube. There's a lot of Spring Fever searches when you search Spring Fever, so search Spring Fever Band, and then you'll be the first one to click on them. They're at the top, can't miss it. New World is that theme song. We love it over here, and plus all the other tracks too, not just that one, but that's just our main one we go to. But here we go. They're back on track, Dustin and Matt here. So 53 Dave Hunt incoming to the broadcast channel. Dave Hunt, I don't know if you know this or not, but we're going to be bringing in drivers here throughout each caution segment. This is Jeremy in the Nerd TV booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Hey, man, if you want us to kick you out, please let us know. But talk us through it, man. We had that wreck there, a little wash up there on corner entrance. What seems to be a lot of people doing the same thing. Is it just nature of this car and track combo? Just to, like, when you get to the corners, the car just want to shoot up the track?
Yeah, you guys got to pay attention. Yeah, sometimes it does want to shoot up the track there. Yeah, the reason for that last one there, the 47, he went up high like that, so and it left that open. So that's why I went down there. And I don't know if he knew I went back down in there. I think that's what probably caused that last one.
Yeah, just a little bit of like uncertainty amongst a lot of drivers. I'm watching it, and some going low, some going high, and it's just because of that banking transition. So your car's been kind of about mid-pack. You've been finding your way up to the front here and there. It sounds like, or it looks like the third lane's not really working too well. What's it going to take for your camp? Yeah, you have tried a couple times, and it started to work, and then it didn't. So what's your strategy going forward to bring it home tonight?
I'm going to try to work with 99 here, I think, and see if we can make something happen. But, yeah, you need some kind of friends, I think.
Yeah, absolutely, sure. Yeah, we're going back to green flag this lap. I just want to get your quick word on that. Good luck the rest of the way, and maybe we'll talk to you when this thing's done.
Sounds good. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir. That was Dave Hunt there in the 53. We got a half a lap left, and are we expecting more of the same here, guys?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, SuperSpeedway racing, yeah, there's going to be a lot more action here. And just a quick point, he did kind of confirm what I was saying there. The 47 did go up, and he just filled the hole, and 47 had no idea that 53 was there.
Yeah, and that's the unfortunate thing with super speedways like that is the spotter is not always 100% accurate or Johnny on the spot, so to speak. So if you have just enough of a bumper there to where contact would be made, the spotter's not always going to register car low. So when the 47 was going low, he may not have heard anything from the spotter at that time, and that's plate racing.
Got you on the spot, made famous by GTA 5. Shout out GTA 6 coming your way in 6 months, but here we go. Green flag is out, the 44 at the point, Anthony English with the number 3, Alex Green to the outside. We know the 3 has used his fast repair. He's one of those guys before the stage break that took off 3 stories mid-air in turn 2. So hopefully he can not have that happen to him once more.
Don't forget the 50-50 wall grind either. Shout out to Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3 and 4 coming out this year.
There you go. 2 shout-outs for 2 different games within the half a lap here at iRSS. This isn't the space station. These guys are in the space station the way they took off in turn 2, but here we go. And that 50-50 grind too, Dustin, was upside down, so extra bonus points.
Extra bonus points, yes.
Oh, no. I thought the 82 was going to destroy him. So close, man.
Man, things got dicey there for a moment.
And then he comes on the radio and said, "That's cool."
There's room for 4 wide. Now, whether drivers want to maintain 4 wide, that's a completely different story. But this track is wide enough for 5 wide. We've seen 5 and 6 wide finishes here, but I wouldn't recommend doing that going into the corner, coming out of the corner, Jeremy, with what we had already talked about with those transition bumps and how upset these cars get. Down the straightaway, it's smooth sailing, slick as glass, but corner, completely different animal.
I got $10. There's going to be a wreck at the start-finish line to end this race. And it's going to be 3 wide, so there's my bet for the night. Look at the scattering of those guys. It's just, these cars are so upset whenever they get into the 30-plus degree banking here at iRSS. It's just, it looks like a lot of fun, but a lot of handful of that steering wheel each and every single corner.
Yeah, it seems like these guys are getting... Once they hit that bump, the car just gets tight as the car bottoms out. And it causes a huge handful because you see there, car on the outside, the 215, and he kind of shot up a little bit. So I wonder if he clipped that bump just a hair.
And Jeremy, I want to point out the man we just talked about the high side not working is second car on the high side right now running P4, pushing the 215 of Derek Donna as it sits right now, and you see that was that transition right there, and you see how upset those cars got.
Now I will say towards the end of the run, because I have experience in this car, not at this track, but Talladega, I got me a good win with this car on that third lane on the outside. So it can generate some good runs. It just depends on the momentum behind you.
Yeah, requires some side draft, requires a really good assistance from behind, from not just maybe one car, but from 2 or 3 cars. And so right now the 215's getting a great assistance from the 53 a day punt who we just talked to. They're 2 wide in the middle. Now we see another 3 wide attempt here. That's going to be the 62 Les Levy. He's back on the top with that 99 Alex Giffen, that's who Dave Hunt wants to work with. But right now they're in separate lanes.
Yeah, it's almost like he left him in the dust there, so it looked like Dave Hunt chose the better lanes that actually had the forward momentum to move forward. Alex Giffen, not so lucky on that, but still making his way forward right now. You see he's giving a good push to the 62 Les Levy, so starting to get that third lane going. But right now, up at the front, Jimmy Reynolds takes over the race lead, battling side by side with the 215 of Derek Donna.
Yeah, that also comes down to how these guys are wanting to do like their strategy. You know, do you want to be up front? Do you want to hand in the back? It all just depends on your timing on where you want to be. So that these guys are probably just they haven't got to work with each other yet.
A lot of chaos, and you see the movement there. We're focusing on Alex Green in the 3. He's in the center of the thick of it. And here we are, still 3 wide, 2 rows deep. This is for 2nd through 7th position. 3 wide, race lead now, 2:15 at the point. Does he get it? No. Les Levy by 14 one-thousandths of a second takes that lap to complete lap 46 onwards to 47. 24 laps to go here, guys.
Yeah, that
4 wide.
That 3 by 3 across the line reminded me of Talladega. I believe it was 2011. During the height of the tandem drafting, when old JJ stole himself that win over Clint Boyer, and I believe it was Jeff Gordon.
You're a fact guy. I'm not too sure. Jason Rockefeller used to be that guy, but you can be the new fact guy on that, Dustin. Do you have any knowledge on that?
I do not. I always relied on Mr. J-Rock to fill it in, or KB. Those were always our stat guys. But if Keach wants to sit here and be the stat guy, I will 110% believe anything you tell me, my man.
Speaking of J-Rock, I had this lined up, but it's perfect segue to one of our partners I have not talked about in quite some time, iRock 93.5. And minus my hometown rock station, this rock station is it is the second best. We got more 4 wide actually in first. Let me shout out this here. This is a beauty. The 99 try now. Dwight Howard. This is basketball. Mr. Logan York. I don't know where I get my names from, but Logan York was trying to the lap prior, and it failed miserably. He came on the radio and said, "Well, that didn't work." Now the 99 is experiencing the same thing. We're still 3 wide. This race is absolutely crazy.
But that 44, he jumped up, and I thought he was about to make contact there with the 62 car. But they all kept their going straight.
I wanted to complete that there. iRock935.com, our rock station here, based around Dustin's hometown there in the Illinois area. Is that correct, or is that Iowa? I always get these mixed up.
It is actually in the Iowa section of it, but Illinois and Iowa and the Quad Cities, it's all essentially one big city of 4 different cities. So
there you go. Yeah, so that's where their home base is, and they got some awesome music playing all the time. And once again, it's iRock935.com. Listen to it straight from the website.
Absolutely, and they love the nerds. They shout the nerds out as well, so it's always fun stuff. But we were just talking about it. 091 of Logan York now, or as Jeremy calls him, Dwight York,
Wait a minute.
has taken the lead again with the help of the 1 of Peter DeBorgia, so he gave him a big shot. But now that 99 of Alex Giffen is leading that second lane. He did have a little bit of help there from Les Levy, but he got cycled out. Anthony English is going to pull in behind him now to try to give him a little bit of draft help, but that inside line tucked up nice and tight. York, DeBorgia, Reynolds, Kilday, and then the 36 of Luttrell were all tucked up, and just as I say that, Kilday's going to make a fool out of me and say, nah, I'm going to jump up to that center lane.
That one car is pretty gorgeous. I do love the old. Oh, yeah, as soon as I see something, and then he goes into the pit lane here.
He got embarrassed.
Yeah, big yikes. But that old Chip Ganassi Target paint scheme is always a classic for sure.
And by himself down pit lane, that is
big question marks.
I want to know if somebody made contact behind him, send him down, and then he's like, "I'm just going to get out of this."
Yeah,
he took his fasty. Am I correct in saying that?
I mean, he's been involved in a couple of wrecks. I don't know if he has. He had some damage. I don't know if it's been a fasty repair or not. But
well, let's see here. So he's got the 17 right on him here. Let's see a bump. No, he just came down. Okay, so wow.
Yeah, I think that was scheduled. He's by himself. No friends out there right now.
Well, so how long can they go on fuel? Do we know?
We don't have an approximate. There's been wrecks before the fuel every single time has expired, so we don't honestly have a straight up answer for that. Plus, we don't run this car track combo often, so the data's kind of unknown here, but maybe he just didn't take fuel the previous time that he should have. That's probably my best guess.
Either that or he saw how crazy that it was starting to get up front and he wanted to back out of it. Whole host of theories that we can come up with here.
Oh, we can conspiracy theorize all day long on it, but we still got 19 laps to go, gentlemen, and we know that at Superspeedways, anything can happen. 3 wide, Jimmy Reynolds putting his nose in the center there, the 27. Sean Stevens will come back down. He did have help from Crosby Jr., left Crosby Jr. on that high side to drop down in front of Jimmy Reynolds, but Anthony English leading the way with help from the 85 of Adam Kilday, your Stage 1 winner.
Dustin Moxon, a.k.a. our senior tinfoil hat correspondent.
I wear that title proudly.
As the 44 and the 27 leading the way here as they pass Peter DeBoer. There he is, sitting 40 mile an hour slower than everybody else. Just gets obliterated through 3 and 4. And here we go.
That guy's come down the road. The 85. Wow, he nearly got into the 44 there.
Good thing it's like,
the Yeti car nearly hit Dale there. That would have been bad.
Rick Seabrand is there in the 4, almost wrecks Alex Green. As I think they all made it to speed. They have a lot of room to hit the brake pedal, so thankfully they have that going for them right now.
Well, I mean, we could ask Chris Wright about hitting a brake pedal, but, we'll go ahead and gloss over that.
Big yikes.
Yeah.
We got the second setup sitting over here. They might be coming down pit road this time. Dustin, we had about 8 cars, it looks like, on that cycle. Let's keep our eye on here and see if these set of cars come down this time.
Yeah, now here's the thing. We talked about Peter DeBorgia coming down first.
There's 12.
Yeah, we got a number of them coming down, and look at how upset they get coming down pit road. These things bounce. That transition is brutal, but talking about Peter DeBorgia again, if I have learned one thing in all the time that the nerds have spent over at OP Racing, it's not to question that guy's mathematical intuition. The guy is a wizard at calculating fuel mileage, math, and everything else. So if he's coming down in pit, and even though it's by himself, he's doing it because it's by proxy, by plan. So there's still something there.
Yeah, we just got to see how everything cycles and how far behind he's going to be, because the pack just blew his doors off. As he was by himself. So we'll see here. Oh, big wiggles, big lockups. Let's see. Can everybody get down to speed?
Oh,
There we go.
whoa.
There's the 99.
Why did he turn
Big
up into
save.
14?
he locked the brakes up.
He locked up. He locked up and hit the 14, which, by the way, another gorgeous looking race car, especially with that 14. But he just locked up and hit him.
Yeah, trying to woe it down to speed there, locked it up, and it just pulled that car hard right. And unfortunately, it wasn't a wall that was up there. It was the 14 of Vicente Guerrero.
And if he wasn't there, I think the 99 probably would have hit the wall.
Yeah, it was a hard lock and a hard pull.
All right, so here we come. The one he's probably on tire here, so he's got the help behind, so he's now back on the lead lap. So now he's just got to hot foot it all the way around when these front guys pit here.
Yeah, and he does have help from the 88 of Gabe Butler. Gabe Butler was running up in the top 10, up leading as well, but had an incident that threw him far off the pace, multiple laps down, but he is providing draft help to the one, which is saving Peter right now, because like you said, he has earned that lap back the hard way. The drivers behind him still have to pit, so he is trying everything he can to try to maintain and be that driver out front. In order for this plan to fully work, though, Jeremy, I feel that this thing has got to go caution-free the next 14 laps.
It's got to. There's basically no other way for Peter to make this happen.
There's a little damage on the 53 in that left front corner.
Yeah, you can see the chassis basically at the door, right underneath the number. So a little damage to the 53 there, and caution is out here. Look at this.
Well,
The one.
it doesn't kill the one strategy. It's just not gonna help it. At least he's on the lead lap.
They were calling for the caution a half a lap before, and the 14 in turn 1, I think, is the one who sets this thing actually off with him and the 071.
There was a lot of smoke there.
Yeah, the Juan Deere 071 car, Eric Lowry, tags the 14 Vince Guerrero. Brings out the 5th caution here this evening?
Something like that.
As soon as we get, there's the Juan Deere.
All right, let's see what happens here.
Turn 1, just gets to the back bumper.
Oh, somebody was...
Yeah,
somebody was spinning in front of him, and then the 071 kind of just arc braked him. Yeah, so there was somebody spinning in front of these cats here. Let's see.
Mark Man in the 04.
Oh, there it is in that pack in front. Oh, big hits. Wow. Yeah, there were multiple cars here. Yeah, there's 4 or 5 cars. Man, oh man, there were some hard licks there. Is that the 99 that I just saw? No. Maybe not.
Dustin, what you got here in this main one?
Yeah, it looks like
Oh.
he moved up. That bottom lane was open. It almost looked like a rinse and repeat between Hunt and Kuhn. Man didn't realize that inside lane was filled up with just a little bit of the front nose of Zach Fritsch, and went to come down, and contact was made. And we had talked about this track being self-cleaning like that, and that's exactly what it did. It self-cleaned itself straight up and collected a couple other cars.
And James Mayer in the 95 took the wild hit there as the 04 Mark Man came up the track. Sent him airborne, lost the nose of the thing. He went over on his top side, turtle style. As here's the 95. Just gets clobbered out of nowhere. Nothing he did wrong.
Man.
It's just wrong place, wrong time.
Oh, and
Yeah,
then
just
it
gets
just
into 17.
Yep,
Oh.
17 gets a little piece of that too.
Yeah, they get killed, and then there's the 14. He just went by, and he was just another innocent bystander. The 071 kind of cleaned him out a little bit. So let's see here.
And the 17 was so far back, too. He was taking the cold trickle line, just a little bit of contact, but nothing too serious there. But, man, what a close call there by the 17 of Jimmy Reynolds.
Yeah, I'd call that extremely lucky. I'd love to, look at that left rear of his car to see what kind of damage, or if any, he has on that automobile.
As these guys are on the pace laps here, we're going to take our final picture-in-picture, and we'll be right back to complete this race.
Hey, can you do me a favor? I'm really hungry, but I'm trapped in here, and I dropped my last piece of boozy jerky on the floor. I can't reach it. Would you mind grabbing me a bag of the most tender, flavorful booze-infused jerky on the planet? I promise I'll pay you back. I mean, I'd eat my piece, but I can't reach it. Oh, actually, I got it. Oh, it's so good. It's so tender, so flavorful. You should really pick yourself up a bag. But if you do, you can't eat it in here. Now, this is my spot. I own this spot. Boozy jerky. The original booze-infused beef jerky with a pair. Now available.
All right, here, back to full screen for the final 10 laps of this very chaotic ARCA at iRSS race from the OP Grand National Buttkicker Series presented by Icon Apparel Company. And 10 laps, chaos will continue. There is not a doubt in my mind we're going to have at least one more crash. At the very latest, it's going to come at the end of the race here. It's just going to be some 3 wide. You're probably going to see some more 4 wide. 10 laps left. OP, iRSS, guys, we're in for a hell of a show. Hopefully you guys that are watching on the YouTube side, 12 viewers there. I know we got some viewers across Facebook as well, so I appreciate the views, but strap in, man. This is going to be a fun one.
Yeah, definitely going to be a good one. Here is green flag does fly, 44 of Anthony English, getting big shoves from the 4 of Rick Seabrans there, but the 85 of Kilday getting big pushes from the Intimidator scheme, that being of Alex Green. 3 cars up top, 2 on the bottom. See how this shakes out.
Yeah, so far the bottom seems to get the run, but the momentum should come down the back here from that outside line. 2 versus 4, kind of not really going to go their way.
That's kind of strange. It's only 2 at the bottom there to start through turn 1 and turn 2. Every single restart up to this point has just been flooded with cars on the bottom here, but now it's a very even 3 versus 3 until the pack catches them in turn number 3. Now the 85 of Kilday is going to have a great chance here at maybe leading this lap.
I just don't think that 17 got a good jump. That's why there was such that big gap there on the bottom.
Cars scattering everywhere here. Front straightaway, the 85 drops back 2 spots. The number 3, Adam Green, back to the point. Logan York, the man of many nicknames from myself today. Second place, 3 wide, 27 in the middle here. That's going to be Sean Stevens. He's got the 62 on the outside. Les Levy, he's going to fall back. No draft for him. Squirrely up at the front here. Still green.
Yeah, you can see these cars getting upset. And the more that they run 3 wide like that, we already talked about the simulated G-force loads that these cars take going in the corner and coming out. There's more going in. That's why you see them shift a whole lot more. You see that little bump when they go into the corner there. Oh, big slide up there.
Here we go.
And man, he is wobbly back down. Now 3 wide. That's going to push the 3 of Alex Green to the top side.
Chaos. Front straightaway here with 7 or 8 laps to go. Contact all over the place, and there's still 3 wide, guys.
As DW and Mike Joy and the boys in the Fox booth would always say, have you ever?
I have never. There you go. I will answer
There
that
it is.
question. But yeah, I agree with you, Jeremy. We haven't seen the last of this. These drivers are making a bid for everything they possibly can right now. Looks like the front has kind of mellowed out there a little bit. Yes, pun intended on that mellow yellow sponsor leading the way of Anthony English. But it's not going to last long. You see the 3 of Alex Green still trying to get that high side working. He's outside of Jeff Crosby Sr. in that number 15 Pabst Blue Ribbon paint scheme. Love seeing some of these retro style schemes out here.
Oh,
Yeah, it's gonna be-
85 is going to shine down in front of him. Just to give you another pun there, as he goes to the bottom. Now, Logan York to the point there on the top, 27. Mr. Stevens, 33. Your pole sitter, Jeff Crosby, or second place starter, rather, Jeff Crosby Jr. Third in line there on the top, Rick Seabrands. Welcome to the top 5. I think this is the first time we've seen the 4 in the top 5 all night long.
That third line is now starting to form. I was going to say these guys are probably just going to ride around. Well, not ride around, but, get around for another couple laps and then start the 3 wide. But it looks like, we got a couple takers up there, and they're trying to get that momentum and energy built up out there.
Yeah, and that's what it's going to take. I mean, right now, 6 laps to go as they cross the line. It's going to take that momentum. It is now time to, as they so well put, shit or get off the pot, so to speak. And these drivers know that time is running out. They also have to keep in the back of their mind an escape route. If that big one happens, some of these drivers have already spent their fasties, so they do not want to be collected in that either. So kind of playing a double-edged sword right now.
Do they still
And
say that?
And
They
the blocks,
do still say that.
The blocks are about to get even bigger because the 091, man, he went from top to bottom, and it was pretty close.
You couldn't see it from that camera angle, but man, the 44 Anthony English, what a shot to the back of Logan York in the 91, getting close to turn 3. He probably hit him with contact.
Oh,
How we not reckon?
we have a blow up. Derek
somebody
Donna.
Was there a motor? Yeah, there it is. Oh, man, that was a shame.
How did we not wreck? That is amazing. The 215, Derek Donna going to find his way behind the wall. His night is done. And we're still not
just
done.
shuffled
Here, though.
that order.
Yeah, that was a stinging amount of potential wrecks happening right there.
Yeah, everybody did an excellent job, and that started with that blow up there. And what happens is when you blow up, you drop massive speed instantly on that, and everybody had to check up and take evasive maneuvers. You've seen Jeff Crosby Jr. back there in the 33 Skull Bandit car was one of them. Excellent job by everybody, but everything is shuffling up at the front right now. We see lane changes all over. There's Logan York taking from the bottom to the top. Adam Kilday leading that inside lane now. Back down to the bottom goes Logan York again, so trying to control the lanes in this race with 4 laps to go.
We're getting to the point here in this race where there are no such things as friends. Friends are where you can find them. The help coming from behind or, pushing a guy, you gotta... There is no plan anymore. It's just go to the front and then hope that you don't get turned.
Here's a little calm before the storm in the top 3, 4, but everyone behind him are 3 wide still. Oh, shifting around the 27 moves. Dave Hunt, the 53, up to the top in front of the 99, which, hey, by the way, do you remember that conversation with Dave Hunt? Look at him. He's got the 99, Mr. Giffen, right behind him on the top. I think this is exactly where they want to be. I don't know if they're going to have enough mustard up at the top to get to where they want to be, but at least they found their partner in crime.
Yeah, I don't think that outside is... They're just not formed enough, but... Look at who's second in that outside line, that one machine. He came back from pitting by himself, saved by the caution after earning his lap back the hard way. That's a bad, fast machine right there.
Oh, Dustin bringing out the Space Panda drone cam one more time here. Coming up 2 laps to go as they exit turn number 4 here. For the third to final time. Looking downward through the whole entire field here. A lot of 2x2. I'm surprised it's not chaotic 3 wide all the way through this field. 44 Anthony English does lead that lap. 6 miles to go.
Oh, we ain't done yet there, partner. Just hold on to them britches. We're about to see some action here.
I'm holding on to this drone that's going 210 miles an hour through turns 1 and 2 here. No banking to be had. It's nothing but air up the top half here, but here's the run.
Big show.
Logan York. Rick Seabrands with a hellacious push to the 091 to propel him to the front once more, who's led probably the most laps here this evening. 1 1/4 laps to go, and here's 3 wide.
Yep, there's that third line trying to get a little momentum going here, but as they got into the corner, they lost it all. They seem to, down the straight, that third line is where you want to be, but in the corners, you want to be in the bottom lane to the middle lane here. So we got white flag, 1 lap to go here.
White flag, 1 lap to go. Who is going to hold on to it? Little wobble there. Contact. Hold on to it, boys. Right now, Adam Kilday jumps up to that middle line. Anthony English behind him, still wobbling back and forth from the simulated G-force loads. Down the backstretch, Logan York on the inside, Adam Kilday in the middle. We got 4 wide. You got Alex Green, Dave Hunt right now, 4 wide for that second spot as they go off into turn 3. Final time as they go. Oh, contact made. Big accident right now. 44 Anthony English. They all wash up right now. Alex Green still in the throttle. Vicente Guerrero. Oh, he makes contact. He spins around. And it's going to be Alex Green and Massacre behind him.
Oh, that's not going to sit well. I don't think race control is going to take that one too lightly on the 3. That was a heck of a move, but I don't know, boys. What do you think on that?
Yeah, it's I think there was so much going on in that one there.
I definitely got to go back and watch that, but I'm going to speculate here. I'm going to say that the 3 may have turned them.
I am going to say I don't know if Dustin has this graphic. Yeah, we have beef segment. We've not called that out in a little bit. But the 14 and the 3. There it is. Just no context needed. Just a simple graphic in the center of your screen. 14 and 3 hashing out over the radios. Too spicy for repeat. But all
right, here we go. Let's see
on video though what happened.
All right, so here we come off of 4. The 14, man, he just had that run. 3 tried to side draft, maybe tried to put him in the wall, squeeze him in, and I don't know, boys. That looks like he straight up dumped him.
That was a
man.
I had you for 2 months, and I don't want to be with you anymore. So, send you to the infield.
Tough. That's tough.
Infield Care Center is getting plenty of visitors.
Oh yeah, because there was just massacre. You look at all the carnage back behind after the start finish. They're just everywhere. There's cars just. Les Levy, hard impact. You see them all back there. It's that was a brutal finish.
I think before the halfway point, I did say I would put $10 on a 3 wide chaos on the final lap.
You caught it, man. You get to keep your $10. All right, good call.
Cash that out here. How does the burnout happen here at this track? Let's see if Alex Green knows my rules. If you do a burnout and you hit the wall, I will call you out.
He's trying. Oh, you got it. There's the call out. There's the call out.
He's listening in real time. Okay.
There's the call out.
Don't tell me he's not going to spin the tires. There we go. Please and thank you. Alex Green, by your favorite or not, he is the winner of tonight's ARCA at iRSS. The OP to end the regular season for the OP Racing Buttkicker Grand National Series. Here's the finishing order here. Alex Green, P1. Jeff Crosby, Sr. and Jr. taking second.
Get to talk to both of them in post-race Nerd TV podium. How about that?
Did we bring them both at the same time?
Bring them both in on the same. Let's do it.
Absolutely. Logan York, 4th. Stephen Luttrell, 5th. Sean Stevens, 6th. Nathan Warren in 7th. Les Levy, 8th. Jimmy Reynolds in 9th. Dan Harrington Rounds out the top 10 spot. 11th, Eric Lowry. 12th, Dana Shepard. 13th, Ron Walters. 14th, Peter DeBora with that bold strategy to pit by himself at a 3-mile track. Vince Guerrero in 15th. Dave Hunt in 16th. Rick C. Brands in 17th. Adam Kilday, Anthony English, Alex Giffen, and Zach Fritsch finish out the cars on the lead lap. 22nd on back is 1 lap down or more. That's Gabe Butler, Michael Pratt, Mark Mann, Derek Donna, Rick Sanchez, James Meyer, Richard Kuhn, and the 29th car, actually, Douglas R. Johnson did not start this race. So 28 technically made the field. And that's it. We're going full screen commercial. We're going to get our top 3. We will be right back. And welcome to the post-race show presented by Icon Apparel Company and Victory Fuel. And, we have a excited top 3 to talk to. And every so often, guys, we like to bring in more than one driver to the podium. And when you're family, when you're senior, junior, you just have to. There's no other way. So we're going to just, at this time, bring in not one, but 2 drivers. And they happen to know each other just a little bit. Let me get the other one in here. There we go. Crosby Senior and Junior. 2nd and 3rd. What is that?
How about that?
How about that?
Pretty freaking cool, man.
Yeah, a chaotic race. Lots of cautions. A lot of 3 wide. Beating and banging down these long straightaways. What was the game plan going to this thing? And how did you make 2nd and 3rd happen?
I was just going to mash on it until I seen God or the checkered flag.
There's the comment.
Yeah, freaking. I don't know who blew their engine there at the end there with like 5 laps to go, but I got into
Derek
him
Donna.
and then just hit him. He had some damage, and then I was just putting my foot to the pedal. And crazy how it all worked out to where Dad was in front of me, and I was just gonna shove the crap out of him.
Yeah, I guess if you had the nose damage, it would make sense to follow the car instead of lead the pack. Might have hindered things a little bit, but pretty good race on your guys' part there, Jeff. Junior, you finished 2nd, or started 2nd rather. So when you finished 3rd, so you never really left the top 10 too much. You got shuffled out a couple of times, but what was kind of like the goal here to kind of maintain toward the front?
Yeah, I believe it or not, I took 4 tires a lot this entire race. I did not care losing maybe like 2 or 3 spots for 2 tires. Went ahead and took the 4, and I was comfortable all race. The whole race, I didn't feel like I was loose or tight or anything like that. So it was fun. It was fun handling, and just try to stay up front as much as I can. After the first stage, I kind of got in the back and kind of just chilled there, and then waited till like the green flag pit stops rolled around, and then kind of made my way back up there, and it just all worked out.
There you go. And Senior, did you have the same game plan or something a little different?
No, you know me. I like hanging back, just watching everything develop, and wait till the last, and then make my run if I got a car. I did have some damage early, got it repaired, and never did use my fast repair, but I had it in my back pocket just in case I needed it. But yeah, just tried to stay out of everybody's way, and got in trouble a couple times. And last 10 laps, I made up my mind just try to stay up front to see how I finish.
Hey, well, congrats to both of y'all. P2, P3 to end the regular season. Congratulations on that for both of y'all. Any shout-outs before we let you go?
You guys for throwing the broadcast here, appreciate it, and OP of course, and I just have a lot of fun doing this.
Yeah, couldn't say any better. Definitely appreciate you guys for doing this. We definitely we go back and rewatch, and it's pretty cool to see you guys on there, and just looking forward to the future, and hopefully we can see you more.
Oh, you
Absolutely.
will be seeing us more. That is a guarantee. The playoffs are broadcasted and funded, and next season plans to fund the entire season, so that way it will be broadcasted start to finish. So this is the new home for the OP Grand National Series.
Love it, love it.
Nice, good. You guys do a good job. I appreciate it.
Yes, you do.
Appreciate that.
Yep, all credit to Dustin there. You guys have a good rest of your night.
You guys do. Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank
Have a
you.
good night, guys.
Too. We're going to move both of them back to their respective channels, and now it's time to bring the other guy also on the same channel to Victory Lane. And this is going to be, well, hold on.
He
We got there. He moved to Team 1. He pulled an audible on me. I found him. All right. Alex Green in the number 3. Congratulations on the victory here tonight.
Thank y'all. I can't say I feel too good about it, but I appreciate it.
Yeah, we pulled in a couple people that were involved in some wrecks earlier, and so you're no different. Walk us through it, man. Final laps. You broke through that massive wreck, and then what happened there?
We got through that wreck. I was fully content to just see, the field in front of me. I really had no intention of pushing or wrecking Vince there. I mean, it was pure accidental. I was trying to catch catch some side draft off him, and maybe push him up in the wall, just see maybe I could get a little bit of run because he had all that help and I had none. Just honestly, my goal wasn't even to win it. It was probably just try to keep a top 3 out of it with that momentum, and just game of inches and caught him in the quarter. And I hate it. I hate it for him. First thing I did was went to Vince and apologized. We talked and he's cool there. I talked to the admins about it already and told them, hey, y'all want to take this win, absolutely take it, because it's not one I feel good about. Vince had that thing won, and he lost it because of a mistake I made, and I hate that.
So, in light of the paint scheme that you have, is it safe to say that you didn't mean to wreck him, you just meant to rattle his cage?
Yeah, his cage got rattled, that's for sure.
Man, did it not. Speaking of being rattled, that first wreck you took in turn 2.
Oh, God.
How hard of a hit was that on your end?
Oh, that was not fun. Since I started this league 7 years ago, I've had some hard hits. I've launched up into the sky and hit the blimp. I've killed the wall here many a times. I think this is actually the first iRSS race I've finished since we put this thing on the schedule. That one hurt. Like, had my force feedback up a little bit too high, and it's never a good feeling when your car decides to do its best impression of an airplane on takeoff. So that was a hard hit.
Yeah, I was curious how the force feedback setting was set up there, and if it's above a certain percentage, yeah, I would imagine.
I let go of the wheel.
Man, that was
Smart
a tough hit. And
Yeah,
then,
that was-
a thing that we do here, at least that I do. If you do a victory burnout and you hit the wall, I'm gonna call you out on it. So I was saying, he doesn't know our routine here, and if you hit the wall, and as soon as I said that, you turned right into the wall like you're listening to me. So what was that about?
Man, I don't get to do these too often. I mean, this is actually my first Wednesday win. I wish it happened under better circumstances. But I'm not the guy who finds victory lane too often. I mean, I probably have across all the OP leagues, not counting Thursdays, I probably have maybe 5, 6 wins, and I was literally one of the guys who founded the league. So, but we'll blame it up to rust and a little bit of inexperience.
I understand. You only had 7 lanes to work with. It's okay. But well, anyways, man, I know it's not the one that you wanted to take like that, but you still got P1 at least as of right now. So congratulations on that, regardless. So, any final shout outs, sponsors, plugs, anything like that before we let you go?
Yeah, first off, as always, I want to thank you guys for coming on board for Wednesdays. You guys have done a great job. I watch them at work. All the time I'll watch this back and probably take crap from all of my buddies. Want to shout out all my work friends because I won't hear the end of it from them because we watch these all the time. Of course, got to shout out my daughter Ellie, letting me race and, all that stuff. And just want to shout out, the OP community. I founded this league on community, and I love having these guys to race with. 7 years, it still blows my mind every time you stop and think about it. So, just thank you guys, thank all the admins, Jimmy, Zach, I know do a great job with this, and everybody running out tonight, and it was a fun night. Wish it didn't end that way, but I'm happy with the performance overall.
Yeah, absolutely. You're up front quite a bit there, and good run overall. You, man, have a good rest of your night, and we'll catch you next week.
Sounds good. Thank you, guys.
Yes, sir. All right. That was Alex Green, the number 3, taking home P1 there. You got his side of the story, just trying to get that side draft, which at 200 miles an hour. In these cars, it means a lot. And so just a little too high up on the track, a little too much, and that's what happened with him in the 14. We've all been there at least a time or two, right?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I've been there. I mean, Jeremy, we've been racing online for a lot of years. I just surpassed my 25th year of sim racing. There's not a whole lot that I haven't been a part of, seen, have had happen to me, have done to another driver. In situations like that, you're trying to get every inch on there. And sometimes as drivers, believe it or not, we make mistakes. We miscalculate, misjudge distances. I've done it myself, side drafting before. You lose track of the car that's to your outside. Not everybody runs on triples. I run on a single monitor, so I don't have that side view or anything else that's there. So sometimes in the heat of the moment, you lose track of it. And there's, it's part of racing. It sucks when you're the driver like Vicente Guerrero. It sucks when you're the driver like Alex Green because, you can hear that he feels remorse about it. That's not the way he wanted to do it. He would much rather would have raced it all the way down to the end, and either won it that way or got, beat out. Either way, it's tough, but that is plate racing. When you're racing this fast, this close, and especially at a track like this, you got to expect stuff like that.
Yep, no, absolutely. And his friends will beat him up tomorrow at work, so after they watch that chaotic finish there. And Keach, appreciate you joining in. Kind of threw you in halfway there. You agreed to it earlier, so a little bit of an audible call on our half.
I love it. I love it.
It was fun, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's always a blast to pop in here and give a little extra help if you guys need it. So,
well, it's SuperSpeedways every single Wednesday. These guys do nothing else but. So if it's over 2 miles, they're here. So maybe we'll catch you sometime soon. But we're going to close this thing out. And I appreciate all the viewers amongst all 3, Twitch, Facebook, and YouTube. And subscribe to all 3 of those channels. Follow us on our website at nerditudes.gg. And that's it. Join our Discord, too, if you feel free. And guys, have a good rest of your night. You're going to catch us live tomorrow, actually. Same time, same place, just a different league. It's going to be the SRA Late Model Stock Tour
track
with a much smaller track, going from 3 miles to a half. I forget the track up top of my head anyways, but regardless, it's going to be fun with late model stock cars. So you guys stay safe, get your nerd on, and we'll see you in less than 24 hours.
And as always, it's not goodbye. It's just till next time. Stay nerdy.
Back when nothing truly mattered